Hi everyone, it's day 40 of social distancing. Friday, April 24th, 2020. Yeah, can't believe it's Friday. It's really insane. Didn't do a video. I didn't do a video for 2 days, right? Wednesday, I spent more time at my small group, small group Zoom party thing, and I was really tired that night. And then I was really tired yesterday, and I was really, honestly, was really lazy yesterday, but still wanted to do one. Hopefully, I can be more consistent. Just giving myself a little bit of grace, just because I'm kind of over trying to be on top of everything right now, to be honest. Hasn't stopped me from being on top of things, but I'm kind of like just getting really tired of it. But anywho, so Wednesday was our youth group Zoom, and it was really normal, like our normal Zooms. It was really cute because we were playing a game, and one of my small group girls won, so we had a pizza delivered to her. And she was like, my parents were like, what's going on? Because she didn't tell her parents that she won the pizza. So but that was really nice of them. And then we all got on, and we dressed up during our own small group Zoom after party. We dressed up as the Office characters, which is really cute. And instead of a trivia game, I had us play like a game of like, I would have a picture of the office layout, and then we would figure out where everyone sat. And that was a really cute game. Just something different than like trivia. And I just shared my screen, which was a game off of BuzzFeed, and we just went through each and every person where they sat. So it was really nice. And then yesterday I was supposed to have like a virtual thing with some friends, but it got rescheduled for later today. And yeah, so I'll be fine. I have to like clean the apartment a little bit and cook before that, so it should all be fine. I didn't have breakfast because I know I'm gonna have a heavy dinner, but now I wish I didn't because I've been feeling off since then. So really regret that. Learning to not skip breakfast, even if I'm trying to save calories, it's not a good idea. But this week at work has been good. It's not as busy as I thought it would be, but definitely got some things done. And next week will definitely be busier because I for sure have 2 meetings that I need to like prepare for and lead it. It's not like, it's different when you're not leading a meeting, you're just there like absorbing information and maybe have to like engage. And it's different for me mentally for sure to prepare to give a meeting or lead a meeting. So I've done these type of meetings before. It's been a minute though, and I'm just trying to like really relax and get my life together this weekend and not have it like be a weekend like last weekend was. So hopefully I don't sleep in as much, just to try to get my sleep schedule back on track too. So yeah, and I weighed myself this morning because it's been 2 weeks. I try not to weigh myself every day because that would just drive me nuts. So like every 2 weeks is fine for me. And I've been maintaining my weight since Whole30. So through Whole30, which was like for 40 something days, I lost 10 pounds, and then I've been able to keep it off. Would like to lose a bit more, a lot more actually, but but I know I have to like actually start working out and drink more water, because I know I've been feeling like my water intake has been definitely lower than where I want it to be. That'll be something to work on. So yeah, I did not go through with trying to wake up early to work out. Did not happen, but you know what? Next week is another week. And speaking of which, we just got news, as in like yesterday, that our Illinois stay-at-home order got extended through May. So that hasn't hit me yet, and I don't know if I wanted to hit me. Like, I don't know. I don't think I would mind. It won't be anything negative for me. I just know a lot of people around me are really like over it. And I tend to absorb other people's emotions sometimes. But I've been pretty good at like, that's not mine, that's theirs. And I don't mind it as long as like we're all being safe. That's really what counts. I just don't really like the dangers of like being outside and like having to think about it, you know. I don't really like it that much. And I don't know, I guess I've given myself more time to really process us going, you know, still staying at home. Some things that are changing, like it's a modified or whatever, stay at home order, and that some state parks are going to reopen in phases, and some businesses are being considered essential, or some non-essential businesses are being open, as in like pet grooming services and gardens and gardening thing places and nurseries and things like that. So that'll be good. But yeah, it's just kind of like, all right, cool. But it just gives me more time to be disciplined and continue to be disciplined on reading my Bible, praying, and working out and eating. So that is for me. And I can honestly say that again because I can still work and get paid the same at my job because my company is essential business, and I, thank goodness, haven't been furloughed or anything. So I can comfortably say that like it's not going to affect me that much, which this is why I try not to sound super bummed, because it's like, well, I'm just, you know, working from home through a crisis, but I still have a job, you know. But I know other people are like, I'm pretty sure they're wanting to get to work soon. And yeah, that's why I try not to be like too positive about my situation, because I know other people are like really taking it really rough. So trying to be sensitive about that. But I did hear this really good quote. I've been listening to a lot more podcasts lately. Some of them are just really funny ones. Like there's, I don't know, this is one I'm like, what, listening on YouTube. It's just really funny. But there was one I listened to off of Facebook. It was like two guys, and they're talking about how Christian women often say that there's not a lot of good men out there. And I was like, well, I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying I know it's been being said a lot out there. And it was a really good conversation between these two guys. One was like a single young dude, and the other one was like a pastor who's married and has kids. And all of it was just so good. Like, it wasn't like one of those where it was riding on women who it's their fault because they're not picking the right dudes. And it wasn't riding on dudes for not being good enough. It's more like, what is our definition of a good man or a good woman? And then what's our definition of a godly man, godly woman? And I'm like, oh, we should talk about that, because sometimes people think that a godly man and godly woman are those that always go to church, when that's not the case. Because I know people that go to church all the time, but they aren't the real deal. And so that's just not a healthy thing to think about. But aside from that, off topic from that, because there was so many good things coming from it. One of the guys said that quarantine is forcing people to love God outside of church. And I put preach, because any good quote, I write it down anyway, even before this video. And it's just been the theme of even our youth group message of like, this is the time to start really like pushing into our time with God, if you're a believer. To really push in our time with God through reading the Word every day, praying every day, being intentional about reaching out to our friends. I know one of the girls in our group discussion after was like, I know they really felt a heavy burden for like not having told their friends about Jesus when they had the chance, and I and other leaders kind of shared of like, that is it's a healthy burden to have, because that's the burden we should have even before COVID-19. And then someone else had said like, the way that you can kind of like bring Jesus up in conversation is really just asking people how they're doing. And maybe like you can share how you're dealing with it and how that's helping. Because I think now is even a good time for it too, because we're all at home. And even someone said you can just invite them to just watch a service. It's not like you have to coordinate like having to pick them up or meeting them at the church or anything like that. I think it's just a safe place to kind of experience church without being at church, which I know other churches have done that I've been to when they've done both live stream and in services. But our church just before COVID just only did videos after the services. Like it wasn't anything live to encourage more people to, actually be a part of the community, which is really good. So I think it's great that we're having those discussions, and like I just remind myself, like how I just mentioned before, like this is the time to practice the self-discipline when everything else is even, there's no crazy schedules outside of Zooms and stuff like that. This is time to really form those strong foundations of really being in the Word and praying, which I'm trying to do every day. It's been a bit rough the last 2 days just because I've been really tired and I've been oversleeping and have to go straight into work. But I try to at least read in my lunch hour and then read at night, or just only read at night. But really want to be strong in reading beginning and the end of the day, but extending myself grace in that way, because I know for me, if I'm super rigid and I'll start feeling bad and shameful and guilty, and that shouldn't, then I know that is a way that will keep me away from being with God, and that's not what He wants. So that's just how I interpret it and how I deal with it. But yeah, I'm just really, I am on, in all honesty, without having to be too sensitive, I'm really excited that our quarantine is for another month, because I get to, work on myself more, being just more time with God, and even turning my thoughts over to being how to be a better leader, and just being more disciplined about things, I think, but also just more me time too. Like this weekend for sure. I want to finish this book. I really want to finish the Tasting Grace book so I can read other books. Yeah, so that'll be good. And I think that's it for today. I'll definitely be on tomorrow regardless. I don't think I'm going to be tired. Also I'm happy because my room is still terrible, but I have more time. I have more time to, to deal with it. I really just wanted to exit quarantine with my room, in pristine shape. But it just gives me more time to be it's okay if the mess is okay, I could probably go and throw some boxes out, at least. The least I can do. But I have more weekends to actually because every time a weekend comes, I'm oh, I don't want to do it. So maybe I should pick 2 weekends from now to actually go through boxes of storage stuff and anything to I don't think it's anything to throw away. I think it's more how to store it better. Store smarter, I guess, but we'll get there. I have more time now, so that's good. So yeah, it's day 40. Oh, I know this video is getting a little bit longer. Did want to mention this. A lot of people right now are talking about the significance of us being 40 days in quarantine. How it's 40 days and 40 nights, or 40 years, how the significance of the number 40 is. I haven't really seen it that way. I guess I should engage more with people that are seeing it that way. But I think regardless, if it was a number 75 or something, it should equally be as important as it is 40 days. But again, maybe I have to read more things about it. But that's been a thing lately. And it's sadly not been 40. It's not going to be a 4-day quarantine. It's going to be, I don't know, 40 plus 30, 70. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I have to do the math and see how many more videos going through May is gonna be. That's crazy. Okay, well, anywho, it's day 40 of social distancing, Friday, April 24th, 2020, and I will see you guys tomorrow.